when you're making pizza at home, alone, on your one sim.
You're not alone.
You start off with a little bit of flour. So we're gonna make the dough first. We're gonna start with flour. Oh, I should probably weigh this.
Boatful.
You little fuck. What do you think you are? Fill up your flour, a little pinch of salt. Whenever making bread, salt and sugar. Not too much sugar, because let's be honest, sugar's a bit girly. And if you're a man, you know, you want that solid dough. If you're a man. Secret ingredients. Today we're practicing safe bread.
What you gonna do with that?
Well, first of all, you open it up.
Oh, Floyd, come on. This is not that sort of channel.
You guys have dirty minds. This is instant yeast.
No.
What do you think this is?
Ha ha ha. You're about to get unmonetized real quick.
So anyway, go in. If you're using dry yeast, you got to mix it with the water, wait for it to activate. But when you're using instant yeast, you know, comes in a cool little packet, you just go straight in, hard, without thinking. So mix it around. Now we're going to start with some liquids. So,
We do like liquids, don't we?
shake your little egg. Hello, hello. A little bit of milk. Now, the egg and the milk, what they do is they make the bread just have that little softness in the middle, which we all know and love. With a little bit of water as well. Now give it a mix with a rolling pin. You may be wondering why I'm using a rolling pin. It's just because it's what Italians do. So, it's now what I do.
See, I've tried to make my own pizza before.
Yeah?
And it was alright, but it wasn't that good.
Now we've gotten to a stage where we can use our hands.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, of course, dude. No, Corona season's out here. Gotta take precautions.
Then we really are practicing safe bread.
So if you want, you can take it out of the bowl when you're kneading it, but I'm just gonna tell you a little secret right now. You don't actually have to do that. You can just do it in the bowl. Max efficiency. I've been kneading this for about 5-10 minutes, and it's time to let it rest. Put a little bit olive oil on it, and just smooth it around. I like quite a wet bread. I find it comes out a bit softer and a little bit more airy, rather than when it's super dry. It's just like a cracker. Good breads, right, are very hard to work with. So the easier the bread is to work with, the shitter it's gonna be. I mean, not in every case, but probably like 80%, especially sourdough.
So you've been kneading that for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you've been kneading
An ass whipping for about 20 years. What? How about that? Who's gonna give it to me? You?
what?
Cover up with a bit of cling film, and you're just gonna leave it somewhere warm to do its thing, just so it can prove a little bit. Next up,
What does it need to prove?
that a meal is actually a wanker. This is a super simple, quick recipe. I'm gonna slice up some garlic, pretty much how we do in all my videos. In a pan with some olive oil, and get the garlic in. Dried oregano. Get rid of this burnt garlic. Follow up some tin tomatoes. So we're gonna let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Tomato sauce. We got sun-dried tomato pesto here. Just gonna go in with a nice spoon. Whack it with some salt. Hit it up with some fresh basil. Yep. Time to blitz it. If you look at that, it's not super smooth. It's got a few lumps in it, and that's what you want. Yeah, that tastes like pizza. So take some flour, stick it on your board. Now the less you play around with it, the easier it's going to be to roll out. So just give it an oven down. And we're going to go this way. Who don't like dough? It's kind of like your physique meal, don't we? Some of that. I'm not actually going to roll this one round because I've got a square tray and I've got a square oven. I don't have the luxury of having a pizza oven at home, much like many of you. So I'm just going to work with what I got. So rolling it out nice and thin, and then you're going to stretch it a bit sideways, long way sideways, long way sideways. just till it's nice and thin. Get a tray on the stove. And this is how we're gonna make the pizza base super crispy at the bottom. Take some olive oil, put it straight on your bread like that, and just rub it around. Then, olive oil side down onto the tray. Get that sizzle. Woo! Woo! If it don't sizzle, meal,
It ain't worth shizzle.
Alright, so now we're gonna hit it with our tomato sauce. Look at that, the bread's like, hey, what's going on? Who are you?
So what's the point in doing this, Flo?
So basically, if you got a chilly oven like me, you're never gonna get enough heat to cook the bottom of the bread before the rest of the pizza cooks. So if you do it at this point, you get the bottom of the pizza cooked when you get the rest of the pizza cooked in the oven. So,
Makes sense.
it does make a little bit of sense, I'll give it that.
Oh, it smells fucking lovely!
If you use the harder mozzarella, then it doesn't have so much water in it, so you end up getting a nice like drier cheese, which is like keeps your base from going soggy. You cut this up into little bits.
Boom.
So this is the style of it. You're gonna notice on the thumbnail there was loads of salmon and rocket on. So I'm gonna put it on at the end. Because obviously smoked salmon, you don't want to play around with the integrity of the smoked rawness. You just want to keep it as it is. Keep it real.
Keep it real. How long in for, mate?
It depends how good your oven is. If you have a good oven, that's gonna take you around 2-3 minutes. But if you've got an oven like mine, I've got it maxed out. I think it's still gonna take about 10 minutes.
Boom.
Do you hear that, Emil?
I do. Sounds like sizzle to me.
That is every chef's wet dream. Let's have a little look at the bottom. Oh yeah. See those little black bits there? They're gonna make it taste like wood smoked kind of. Now this is the benefit of cooking pizzas at home, because obviously, you know, you can buy them frozen, pre-made, order them, but you can't make them as good as you want them to be. So you can use fresh ingredients like fresh basil all over the top. Smoked salmon. Woo! You know, no pizza shops are gonna ever give you as much smoked salmon as I am. Oh, fresh rocket just to go on top. If you don't know about rocket and pizza, get to know. That's where it's at.
If you don't know about rocket on pizza, you probably don't have a car, mate.
Yeah, people who don't eat rocket, but they definitely don't have cars. They're driving around on little fucking push bikes and shit.
This is what I'm talking about. My favourite pizza, straight from Italy.
Just one bite is worth all the time that goes into making it. Wow. You see, when you line up the tray on the stove before it goes in, and you get these little bits, those are what gives it that real pizza flavour.
That is banging, banging, banging. I'd pay for that, definitely.
Hey, motherfucker. And when life gives you lemons, I'm Italian.